All right. What are your legislative priorities for the year?
The school security. As a result of the Newtown, Connecticut massacre, I'm looking at filing legislation. Indeed, I've already got it drafted. That would allow the LEA, the Learning Education Association of that district, 136 school districts, to work cooperatively with the local law enforcement to determine what those security needs are, and then to meet those security needs at the local level. We just want to make sure that there's no state laws that prohibited them from doing so. That would include permissively allowing teachers who qualify to carry a firearm or have access to a firearm.
Okay.
And the other thing would be an eminent domain bill that I worked on last year.
Okay.
And then to help, there's a third thing that is captive insurance. It's a rather complicated piece of legislation, but it allows the establishment of captives in Tennessee and creates a more competitive environment for our businesses.
Okay. What are your feelings on the bill limits?
I'm sorry?
The new bill limits?
Well, I've got some questions. The first three, and there are three issues. Number one is that fact that if we're limiting the legislator, typically you have a 20-80 or 30-70 rule, which is about 20 or 30% of the legislators carry most of the legislation. That's just the fact of what it is. That's not the only thing we do up here, but it's not uncommon for somebody like myself to carry 20-25 bills. There are most of my colleagues, however, don't carry very many bills, so they do other things. So what it does, it constrains us who do carry a lot of legislation without constraining some other members. I don't mind an overall cap of legislation filed. So if I were capped at like 15 bills, and then I could go to my colleague like Representative Womack, he's only going to run 5 or 6, and I can say, okay, Rick, I need 3 or 4 or 5 of your bills, let me have those. As long as I can do something like that, then I'm fine. The challenge we have, two things. There's a bidding war for bills potentially on the part of lobbyists, because I've already gotten calls from lobbyists saying, hold me slots. So you potentially get in an ethical situation. And the second thing is citizen activist groups are going to have less access because they're not going to be able to compete for those bill slots. So those two things concern me.
Okay.